Hi there, I'm Armin, you're watching Monomoto, and this is the review of a Carpuride 702 BS. Now Carpuride makes these for all sorts of bikes, but this is a review for BMW models. Today I'm going to review this on this GS 1200, but it really works on every BMW that is navigation cradle prepared, so you can just mount it easily there. I will show you that in a second. If you're new to this, what is this thing? As you can see, it's a giant screen. It's I think 7.5 inch in diameter. It's really, really big. It's about the size of the original screen, a little bit bigger actually. And it is a touch screen. And the magical thing is that it has CarPlay or Android Auto for you Android users. Today, we're just going to use the Apple features and test this unit on the bike. And it is made to mount directly to BMWs that have the navigation screen holder. Let me show you how. As this unit is specifically made for BMWs, if you have this cradle, the installation couldn't be really any easier. You just hook this in, like so. Then you close the safety on the side. You'll use the key to lock it, and that's it. You can fire up the bike, and it directly turns on with the bike. And that was it. Now, the first time you set this up, there's a couple of things to do to pair to your phone, but it's very, very easy. First thing, you have a couple of buttons here: brightness, straightforward, dark mode, bright mode. I prefer the dark mode because it's more similar to the BMW display. Also, you can just touch the temperature and changes between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And then you have your basic information here about RPM, speed, which is nice because you can actually see this when you stand up on the bike. So for off-roading, I will show you in a minute, you can actually see the data. You also have lean angle, trip, voltage, that kind of good stuff. But to get it started, you click here and then to settings, Bluetooth, and then you pair your phone the very first time. It's very straightforward. I found it right away. Here you can see it's paired with my phone. If you go back to the settings, there's one more thing you need to do. You need to go to audio output and then make sure that iPlay auto is selected. It's a little bit weird. These look like menu items, but they're actually two different settings. So you can select Bluetooth or you can select iPlay. And so what this is good for is when you select iPlay auto, it lets the phone control where the Bluetooth audio goes to. So you don't need to have any complicated setup. If you have a helmet with a Bluetooth unit, which I do, and I will use that in a second, you just keep pairing your Bluetooth device with your phone, as always, but it probably auto connects. And then when you have this selected, then actually everything works with the screen as well. So you can listen to music, you get prompts from Google Maps or any mapping application, etc. You can take phone calls, all that stuff then works. The first time I switched it around, the BT Trends is actually the standard setting. I don't know why. I think auto should be the standard setting. But the first time I selected it, Apple CarPlay crashed in a couple of times. I went into the app, it crashed. I went into the app, it crashed. But then I just restarted the entire system, and since then it's working without any flaw. So probably still a little bug there, but overall not a big problem. But the main thing is that you have Apple CarPlay. So why is this a big deal? I used to mount my phone right here, and of course the alternative is to have the BMW Navigator. BMW Navigator is really old school. Some people buy it with their bikes, but nowadays everyone knows that you use Google Maps or any other map on your phone to use navigation. Also, of course, you have all the connectivity of texting, music, and whatever apps you need while riding. Another big benefit is this is a roughly $400 device. If you crash with the bike, your phone is with you. So I really like that as a safety. If you go down, if the bike gets stolen or something, your phone is actually on you and you still have mobility. This one is locked in. So you can see here with the BMW lock, this is fixed to the cradle and you would have to use brute force and break it off to get it off. So every time you stop the bike, you can just leave this device on it. You don't have to take off your phone. You don't have to be worried that your phone's cameras might get damaged to the vibration. I have a video that I will link here in the corner and in the description below. How I mounted my phone. I used some anti-vibration rubber, but now this is not necessary anymore. You keep your phone in your pocket, it's safe and secure there, and you have this awesome big touchscreen, which works really well with gloves. But enough of the talking here. Let's ride, and I will show you how to use it. So you can see I can use it easily with my gloves. And right now the Bluetooth audio is directly going to my helmet, so I can jam to back. So now let's test how this thing handles when you go a bit off-roading. Woo! All right, pausing this. That was a lot of fun. So what you can see is when you actually stand on the bike, you can actually see, you only see really the screen. And this was always a major design flaw of the GS, because if you go off-roading, you don't see the bottom screen anymore. When you're actually on the road, you just have to go down a little bit to see the full screen. Like in my riding position, but it will depend on where you sit and how tall you are, the very top of the screen gets cut off. So I need to move a little bit down. The screen is really big and just takes up a little bit of the view. But here's the cool thing. If you go to the main menu, I know it's played, then you can see your information of gear, speed and so on while you stand and ride off-road. You can also have a compass app if you're really out in the woods and you just navigate by compass, or of course you can keep your navigation or your off-roading app on the CarPlay playing, but it's really nice that you can see it while standing and off-roading. All right, let's get back to the road. Welcome to this beautiful mountain road. If you look at the screen, you can definitely see quite a bit of glare when you compare the screens between the BMW screen and the Carpuride. One thing that would be nice is to have a screen protector that goes over the screen, and then you could have options to have also something that is less reflective, or if you like the reflection, to keep it. But you can definitely see a lot of the sky in there. Another thing for the BMW screen, so definitely a bit of a disadvantage there. Overall, the visibility brightness is really good. You can see everything, and right now the screen is not even at its maximum brightness, so definitely not a problem there. Very bright and very sharp screen. Going around the corners, you can see how the map is actually turning on the display. I know it's a little bit small right now, probably in the recording, but the update speed is really good, and there's no noticeable lag when the map is rotating or any animations are being performed. One more point to the possible screen protector. Would be really good to have also the screen protected, right, like when you go off-roading, when dirt comes on it, so it doesn't get scratched up. So hopefully there's one on the aftermarket or so that you can use for this. This would be great. One more note on the connectivity. Every time I start up the bike, the Carpuride connects my phone within, I don't know, 10-15 seconds, and it never dropped the connection. I never had it like in a car where you just drive and suddenly, boop, the connection was gone. So that is awesome. That is very reliably connecting. And here we arrived. This is the view of Donna Lake. Take it in. And so as long as you have good reception, you can also use all the voice commands you can use in your car, for example. You can hold this button, by the way, to get Siri. Navigate to San Francisco using Google Maps.
Getting directions to San Francisco using Google Maps.
See, this works right away. So as long as your microphone and noise cancellation is good, you can do that using this. You can also dictate text messages, memos, or any other Siri function, which is really cool. So I really like it to take phone calls or text hands-free while riding. But if there's too much noise in your helmet or your microphone is just not good enough, it might be tricky and you might still want to stop. But speaking of stopping, these are kind of operations where you can also type in things, which works pretty good with my fingers, but you definitely don't want to do that while riding. You could, but probably pretty dangerous. But also, for example, getting this little button. Now I got it for the first time. That's actually great. Now I zoom out. This is See, sometimes it doesn't work. With gloves, that's almost impossible to do while the bike is riding and vibrating. So there's a lot of smaller things you probably don't want to do with your gloves on while riding. Maybe you're dexterous enough to do that, but just want to call that out. This is definitely something where it's good to use voice control and have a good headset with good noise cancellation so you can use Siri. One neat thing is there's also customizability. This is the standard screen for Carpuride. You can change the entire wallpaper that is displayed here. And also when you go to the info, of course it shows a generic bike. You can also swap that out with a transparent PNG and that will show then your bike instead. So that's pretty neat. You can even put music and videos on it. I don't recommend watching videos, but to get there, Carpuride did an odd decision. You have to screw this out where behind this the SD card reader is hidden. And so it's pretty hard to get to it. Definitely something you don't want to do on the road. Something more like where you can put the SD card in, change the wallpapers, put some music on it if you want. Dear Carpuride, I hope you guys are watching this. One much easier way would be just something like a GoPro flap where it's waterproof and you have your SD card in there and it's super easy to open and close. Definitely a design idea for future improvements to add this one. Speaking of updates, you also need the SD card to do any software updates to the Carpuride unit. There are no over-the-air updates. That's definitely a feature that would be very nice. Software always changes. There will be new standards, new fixes for the standards of Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. So it would definitely be good to have an easier way to update the system. Also, I think right now you can only get the download files for updates through emailing to support. There's no link on the page or something like that yet. Definitely shows that it's still a bit of a younger product, and hopefully this is going to be fixed for the future so that you can easily always run the latest version of the software in the future. If everything works fine, not a problem, but definitely worth a call out. All right, let's do a recap. So who is this Carpuride unit really for? I think if you have a navigation holder on your BMW and you're using your phone, or maybe you're using the BMW Navigator, definitely consider this one. It's a sharp screen. It does everything you need it to do with Android support or iOS support. It has a good touchscreen. You can see everything. The screen is very bright. Only little gripes, right? You probably would need a screen protector, maybe something that reduces the glare a little bit. It has this little sunshade, this little cap on where it's probably helping a little bit in rain and so on. But honestly, to probably put an anti-glare screen protector on it, just like on your phone, that's probably going to make the unit last a lot longer, right? You're touching a lot, dirt is going to be on it. You're probably going to scratch it up if you don't have that. And also you will remove the glare. The update feature is a little bit tricky. You can update it, but it definitely takes a lot of steps. But beyond that, it just works. Once you have it set up, like I said, I only had it once that it crashed on me. So overall, a really good unit. Love the display. But the main thing for me, it's easy to use. Once you mount it and you have it on the bike, it's set and forget. What I love is I just start riding my bike, right? BMWs are keyless. My phone is in my pocket. And then the system boots up automatically. I start to ride and Apple CarPlay connects. I can use my Spotify, use navigation, listen to music while riding. I can do everything I want and it's very seamless. So it's really nice that once it's set up on the bike, you don't really have to do anything about it anymore. And that makes the entire ownership and just ease of use is nice. It's not one another device that you need to charge, that you need to take care of. It simply sits on the bikes and you have to do nothing. It just works out of the box. So yeah, overall really good device. I'm definitely very happy to keep that on my bike. If you're interested to pick one up, Carpuride was so nice to provide me a discount code. If you look in the description below, there will be a link with a discount for you so you can pick up this device a bit cheaper. If this was helpful, please give the video a like and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.